Very good morning, students. Yes, today is the Monday, 28th of June. I think you have learned about the grammatic analysis, which notes I have sent to you. Yes, and today we will see about the practical of grammatic estimation. That is the grammatic estimation of iron. For this purposes, we will require the stock solution. The stock solution which is to be prepared for this, that is the 200 grams of ferrous ammonium sulfate in distilled water and 5 ml concentrated H2SO4 added in 1 liter of distilled water. So this makes the stock solution which required for the grammatic estimation of iron. In this solution, which chemicals that you are having? Ferrous ammonium sulfate. So iron, SO4 and ammonia and distilled water, which we added that concentrated H2SO4 and made it 1 liter distilled water. What do you think? Grammatic estimation is qualitative or quantitative? Yes, it is the quantitative analysis because the result which we are writing or which we are taking, that is in a grams per liter. So we are weighing the product and it turns into the grams per liter. We are counting it in a how many grams of iron it is present in a 1 liter solution. So this is exactly, that's what, that is we are saying that grammatic estimation, it is the quantitative analysis. And what about the volumetric analysis? Volumetric analysis is the quantitative analysis due to what? The result of it, it is the normality. And normality is again, it is nothing but how many grams they are present in a 1 liter, but it is in a solution form. So this is the proper differentiation points of the grammatic and the volumetric estimations. Today we will follow the grammatic estimation of iron. It means we have to find out the how much quantity of iron is present in your given solution. Students, please listen carefully. This is very important practical and it is compulsory practical for TYBSc, also SYBSc, also FYBSc. Due to what? That whole world, it depends upon the grammatic estimation when they want their material in a pure form. So most of pharmaceutical, that is medicinal industries, they follow the grammatic estimations due to what? That they are getting the pure form of the product, right? And that's what the importance it comes to the grammatic estimation and also the 5 marks which are to be given for the extra for this. And its range, it is the +6 to -6. If your result it comes in 130 and it is actually the standard solution which is of having that, its quantity it is 137. So 1 mark it is to be you have lose due to what? That +6 -6 it comes in a +7 and that's what 1 mark which is to be raised, it is to be lost by it. So this is the exactly that you have to go through the stepwise doing the practical. If you follow each and every step very carefully which is given in your chart, then you can get the result appropriate which you required. So the unknown solution which is supplied to you, you have to find out by means of the ratio how much quantity of the given iron it is present in a solution. And this is nothing but the grammatic analysis. Remember, it is very important practical. Whole industries in the world, they are to be giving that importance to the grammatic analysis in their areas, and that's what day by day we are increasing that the how to get that very pure form of the product by the grammatic analysis. Let us see, and today we will follow that the grammatic estimation of iron or grammatic analysis of iron. Now the aim of this practical it is to estimate grammatically iron as Fe2O3 from the given solution of ferrous ammonium sulfate and free sulfuric acid. Remember, while the solution which is supplied to you, it has, what is it? Ferrous ammonium sulfate. So 3 kind of the ions are there, that is Fe, ammonia, that is NH4, and the sulfate SO4. With what? It is dissolved in a sulfuric acid. That's what H2SO4. It is also there, and it is dissolved in a distilled water. So that hydrogen and the oxygen, they are also there. So in your solution, you are having that ferrous ammonium sulfate, presulfuric acid, which you have to count how much ion of iron, that is Fe, it is present in your given solution. So we have to find out how much that iron it is present in your solution, how to precipitate it out and get it in a pure form, and then you find out how much iron it is present, right? So this is nothing but the grammatic analysis or grammatic estimation, exactly. So today's aim of your practical is to estimate grammatically iron as Fe2O3 from the given solution of ferrous ammonium sulfate. Okay, now for this purpose, if we want to dissolve it, we have to require the proper quantities. That's what the apparatus we have to use in a proper manner. So what kind of apparatus we will require? Yes, let us read. One is the first of all, we have to measure the quantity. That's what measuring cylinder must be there. Then 250 ml, 100 ml volumetric flask which we required. That volumetric flask we have to dissolve the proper quantity. Then 10 ml, 25 ml pipette, we have to pipette it out proper manner. That 50 ml of the solution, that's what pipettes are required. 500 Borosil beaker. So glassware must be like that it will carry that near about 2 to 3 hours heating. That's what Borosil beakers or Borosil pipette, Borosil volumetric flask it is to be used. Now for this purposes we are requiring the crystal growth, right? And that's what we have to use that burner. We have to put the glass rod in the solution. That's what, that it will not bump, you will not get that any accident, and that's what glass rod is also required. Now for the filtration purposes we require filter paper. Again there is the one very important point for the grammatic analysis. We are using Whatman filter paper number 1. See that students, filter paper which we are using in a normal way, that it has the pores are more, that is bigger. But in Whatman filter paper, that the ion Fe, how much it is to be grown, that 41 number paper is the best, that we will get that iron properly on the filter paper. Then sintered glass crucible. That sintered glass crucible, it is to be required to weigh the and ignite the product. Then for weighing and drying, we will require the oven. For the ignition, furnace and desiccator. To keep the moisture free product, it is the free, that is, and it is in a dry condition. So that's what the apparatus which we require. Measuring cylinder, 250 ml, 100 ml volumetric or grammatic flask, 10 ml, 25 ml pipette, 500 ml beaker, burner, glass rod, funnel, Whatman filter paper number 41, sintered glass crucible, oven, furnace and the desiccator. Alright, so these are the apparatus required for the today's grammatic estimation. Now which chemicals we have to take it out? While studying this grammatic estimations, and we want to grab or we want to take that the Fe ion properly from our solution, right? And that's what we have to understand, that ion is what or which group element. Now first of all, that 6 groups are there in the chemistry, and that's what ion, it is the third B group element, and it is to be precipitated out properly from the whole solution. Whole iron, it should become in the form of a solid, and that's what the third B group reagents are NH4Cl and NH4OH, and that's what NH4Cl and NH4OH, while we are adding into the solution, it will precipitate out in a acidic form, in an acidic condition. So that's what we have to use, that the chemicals, first of all distilled water for the dilution purposes, concentrated nitric acid that hold the ions, it should be dissolved proper manner in the solution, and then for the precipitation, solid ammonium chloride, ammonia, silver nitrate for the purposes of to removal of chlorine, etc. So these are the chemicals for the today's practicals which we required. Okay, so get it. while we are having that aim in front of you in industries also, we have to think like that and then collect all the things. Now, what is the principle of this explained? That is, ferrous ion first oxidized to ferric ion because it is in a +2. Ferrous is Fe +2 ion. It must be oxidized into the Fe3, which is in a solid state. That Fe3 ion by using suitable oxidizing agent like HNO3. That nitric acid is used for the oxidizing agent, and that's what ferrous itself turns into the ferric ion, which is precipitated when we added NH4Cl and ammonia into the form of ferric hydroxide FeOH thrice using ammonia in the presence of NH4Cl. By doing ignition, it further weight as Fe2O3. So FeOH thrice, when we heat it in a proper manner, itself it turns into the Fe2O3, which we are having the product of today's practical. And thus, this is the principle. Without ferrous ion turns into the ferric, that we will not get ferric hydroxide and then Fe2O3. That's what we have to take care of when it should be turned into the Fe3 ions. Let us start now practical. The first of the step, that you have in your gravimetric flask unknown quantity of solution. So you have to dilute it in a proper manner with using your meniscus by diluting the solution with distilled water. So in your gravimetric flask you have unknown solution, go on adding distilled water till that meniscus it is to be adjusted. The mark of that flask, it should be filled with the lower meniscus because it is colorless solution. You are knowing in a colorless solution the lower meniscus is used, and in colored solution, for colored solution like KMnO4, K2Cr2O7, we are using upper meniscus. This is the colorless solution, that's what we are using lower meniscus. Adjust it till it is to be done. So the first of procedure, dilute the given solution or unknown quantity of solution with distilled water to 100 ml exactly to the mark by using lower meniscus. Shake the flask 3 times by taking precautions. Pour it in a 250 ml beaker, that simple beaker. Pipette out 25 ml twice the solution and pour it in a 500 ml Borosil beaker. The reason of Borosil beaker and 500 ml, that we are taking or we are filtering the solution and we are making it in a dilute, and that's what that 500 ml Borosil beaker we require. Add to it 50 ml distilled water again by the pipette. Due to what? To increase the quantity, and our ion, it will remain in a safe condition in a solution, and we will have that each and every quantity or that number of ions which are present of Ap into the Fe2O3. So this is exactly what we are doing. Keep the clean and dry glass rod into the beaker as solution will not bump. Add 3 ml of concentrated nitric acid and boil the solution for 5 minutes. What is the purpose of adding the HNO3? That is, it is the oxidizing agent, that it will turn Fe2 plus to the Fe3 plus. It oxidizes the ion. That the solution at this condition, when it turns to the Fe3, the solution it will get the slight yellow colors. Now heat this solution to the boil. For heating, we will have that. Keep the beaker on asbestos sheet. To this add pinch of ammonium chloride. Remember pinch of ammonium chloride I said, because we are having that solution little bit in the flask. If we added 1 gram of NH4Cl, it means there is the common ion which will happen, and that chlorine it will added more and more, and that's what pinch, that much is sufficient as a precipitate reagent. Then add drop wise 1 test tube with constant stirring 1:1 ammonia till we get brown colored FeOH thrice. Remember the solution or the precipitate we are to be getting of APOH thrice into the flask, while we are going to add 1:1 ammonia dropwise with constant stirring. Ferric hydroxide precipitate out by dropwise addition of 1:1 ammonia with constant stirring. Add its slight excess to check that complete precipitation, whether that one of the ion it will remain as in a liquid state, it will be turned into the solidic state. Stirring its slight excess of complete precipitation and add it slight excess 2 ml and just check it. Just boil the mixture and keep the beaker aside on asbestos sheet. For the mixing purposes, we are boiling the solution and then we keep the beaker aside. Settle down the precipitate properly. When as it gets settled, adjust the funnel on stand. Fold the Whatman filter paper as a 3:1 part, that is 3 for one side, 1 for other side. Upon this, pour the mixture slowly. While you are pouring the solution, take care that filter paper, it will not touch by the rod because it will tear. Add 2 test tube distilled water in beaker and pour it for a filtration. Due to what? While maybe in a 1 drop of solution which remain in a beaker, it will have that 1 to 2 ions of iron, and we will require AP as it is in our solution. We have to take care of that our product, it should be in a proper by calculation. By this, each particle of product we can get in a proper manner. Upon this, pour 1 ml of ammonium nitrate. The purpose of adding the ammonium nitrate, it is only that whether that the another impurities it will have in the flask or in the water, that it should be removed, and we will get only the APOH thrice on a filter paper. Then as chlorine removes from the solution, dry the precipitate on air cone. As filter paper dries, ignite it on furnace by keeping folded paper on sinter glass crucible. Before using sinter glass crucible, it should be taken care that it should be dry in condition, and you have to take proper weight of the crucible, that it is in a grams on electronic balance. Till the precipitate turns into brown ash, you have to ignite. Keep for 5 minutes in a desiccator, that crucible, to absorb the moisture which remains, and the product will we will get in a dry. Then APOH thrice, when we ignite on a furnace, it turns into the Fe2O3. That when we keep this product in a desiccator, we will get that the product in a brownish color, which is in a drying condition and without moisture. After that one, go to the electronic balance and weigh it accurately. So you have the first of all, what will be the observations now? This is your exact practical. First of all, weight of the empty crucible, that is W1, say it is maybe 14 grams. Weight of the empty crucible, after that we will take that weight of residue which is addition of it, that is W2, it comes 14.161 gram. So that's what, when we minus that W2 minus W1, we will get exact weight of the residue, that is 0.161 gram. So our weight of the product of today's experiment, that is 0.161. This is the exact practical of yourself. See the reactions which are following in a beaker, that is 6 molecules of ApSO4 NH4 twice SO4, that is ferrous ammonium sulfate, when it is to be reacted with 2 molecule of HNO3 and 3 molecule of H2SO4, there is the formation of, in your flask, 3 molecules of ApSO4 thrice plus 4 molecules of H2O plus 2 molecules of NO and plus 6 diammonium sulfate. So in your flask, when the reaction it is to be carried out in a proper manner, of first there is the formation of H2O, 2 molecule of NO and NH4 twice SO4 and ApSO4 thrice. Again, when we are adding that NH4Cl and NH4OH to it, there is the 3 molecules of Ap2SO4 thrice which is there. It will, when react with the NH4OH, there is the formation of 2 molecules of ApOH thrice. that ferric hydroxide, and 3 molecules of diammonium sulfate. Again, these 2 molecules of APOS rise as ferric hydroxide. When we heat it or ignite it, it turns that remole of 3 molecules of H2O, which is in a moisture condition. It goes to the air and we will get the product in a solidic form, that is the Fe2O3. Okay, and this product which we will get, that what is the aim of our today's practical exact result. So the proportion, let us see what kind of the proportion it will have. See, this Fe2O3 product, it is corresponding to the exactly 2 molecule of iron, which is corresponding to the exactly 2 molecules of ApSO4, that is ferrous ammonium sulfate, ApSO4, NH4 twice SO4, 6H2O. So the what is the first of all given compound in solution? Ferrous ammonium sulfate. Our product is Fe2O3 and we are counting it into the form of 2 iron element. Okay, so weight of iron, it is 111.7 grams. Fe2O3 weight is 159.7 gram and ferrous ammonium sulfate, it is the 784. So 784 gram of ferrous ammonium sulfate, it has the 2 molecules of iron and it will correspond to the Fe2O3, that is the 159.7. Now see the calculation how to do it. Our weight is 0.161. So the calculation, first of all, let us see. Let W gram of the weight of the residue, that is Fe2O3. Our weight, W means weight, 0.161 gram. So it is our weight. We took that 50 ml diluted solution, right? And that's what 50 ml diluted solution, it has 0.161 gram of Fe2O3. Therefore, 100 ml diluted solution equal to 2 into W gram of Fe2O3. So let us see. Now 159 gram of Fe2O3, it corresponds to the 784 gram of ferrous ammonium sulfate. That's what in 2W gram of Fe2O3, which corresponds to 784 into 2W divided by 159.7 gram of ferrous ammonium sulfate, which the result mentioned as a gram, and it comes 1.580 gram in a 50 ml. Now this is about the ferrous ammonium sulfate. Let us see about the Fe2O3, which is corresponding with the iron 2 molecules, 2 atoms of the iron, that is 159.7 gram of Fe2O3, which corresponds exactly the 111.7 gram of Fe. So 159 gram of Fe2O3, it will have how much amount? 111.7. So 2W, that 50 ml gram of Fe2O3 equal to how much? So 111.7 gram of iron into 2W divided by 159.7, and it is mentioned as a B gram, that is it will come 0.2252, that is the 2252 gram, 0.2. So this is about the result and the calculations. So result you have to mention. Number 1, what is it? 50 ml of diluted solution gave W gram, that is 0.161 gram of the iron, that is into the kilogram, that is 0.161 into 10 raised to minus 3 kilogram of Fe2O3. Now quantity of FAS, that is ferrous ammonium sulfate in the solution, that is a gram. So it comes 1.580 gram, that is equal to 1.580 into 10 raised to minus 3 in a kilogram. And quantity of iron in the given solution, that only iron, that is our M, it is B gram, that is nothing but the 0.2252 gram, that is 0.2252 into 10 raised to minus 3 in kg. So if the result it is asked in gram or it is asked in a kilogram, you have to write it in a correct manner. This is exactly the today's practical, that how we are finding out the iron which is present in the FS, that is ferrous ammonium sulfate. And it's quite easy to understand if we go through the one by one step and each one follow it correct manner and sincerely, then exactly you will get the weight also. See, again I am saying the +6 and -6, that is the your practical, otherwise you will get directly 0 marks, and that's what you have to follow each and every step very sincerely. Maybe it is dyeing purposes, maybe addition of ammonia, maybe removal of the interfering radical, anything else, but you have to go through by the each and every step very carefully. You will get exactly the weight of the residue. This is the about of today's practical. Students, please write it on a full scapes as like this manner, that on right side you have to write aim, apparatus, first of all title in a proper manner, date, then it comes what is it, aim, apparatus, chemicals, then theory, then procedure, and left side you have to start with the reaction, then observation, and then calculation, and after that last it will come that the result. So I think that if you are not understanding that any one step of this, just please go through this video again and you have to say me exactly what is your problem. So please follow each and every step, write on a full scape and send it on a departmental mail. Sutar sir has given the proper instruction about it. So this is the first of gravimetric estimation of iron that you have to write in a full scape and send it to mail. Every student has to follow separately and then they have to send it on a properly on mail. Thank you very much. It's a pandemic period, you have to take care of yourself. It's very essential that you have to help for the needy peoples also and take care of yourself. Thank you.